Well, there we go, guys. If you want a free mattress and box springs, free, gratis. There you go. Looks like it's kind of pre-stained there, which is kind of cool. Looks like it's been peed on or worse a few times there. So, well, it's free for the taking. I guess they put that car up for sale next to it too. And yeah, it's a little scrubby looking after the weekends around here in Party Town, USA. And we've got a trash collection up here today, guys. Come on, Mandy. Got the Choochin along. And let's get the selfie sticks all set here. Good afternoon, guys, and welcome to Choochin on a Monday afternoon. And I just say this, people wonder in life, Rosie, why in the hell do you have such a thick skin? Check it out, guys. Walking around with a selfie stick. If that doesn't do it, nothing in life will do it. So just checking out the recycle dick over here today. See what's going on. We got well, I gotta tell you guys, a couple of years ago, it only looked like the bums of the bums of the bums would be there to do recycling stuff. And today you've got, well, Preppy Joe and all the other people doing recycle. The times, they are changing. It is tough to make a buck. Anyway, we're heading up on the Avenue of Love today. You know, we got here. Drinking barefoot bubbly. I love people that buy champagne from a 7-Eleven. What do you think the markup is on that crap and that flavor content? Boy, that's sure not going to make it at the San Francisco Wine Exhibition. Best of show, barefoot bubbly. Oh, Lord. Hope everybody's having a great Monday. It's a gorgeous day. It's about 75 degrees. The sun is out. If we didn't have this drought in California, nobody would feel guilty about having such beautiful weather. But the reality is, if you go along and tell somebody, "Oh, I really love this weather," they're like, "Oh, I know, but we need the rain," and you almost feel guilty for just having such beautiful weather all the time. And I just love it out here. I guess that makes me selfish. I'm a California girl. When the months get dark and rainy, it's just not my kind of environment here. I got a little bit of that seasonal affective disorder and all that kind of crap, which makes you feel kind of depressed. Boy, I'll tell you, coming up to the Vietnamese store up here, good God, guys, I could smell it before I seen it today. And of course, Monday's the day when they what do they do on Mondays? They rack the cat for drying cat or whatever the hell they do. And I'll tell you, not the cat you guys know, not the K-A-T, but the C-A-T variety up here, and it stinks like a mofo up here right now. Oh, I don't even want to think what goes on behind that place for sure. But they have a pretty little garden area out here. Anyway, in the shaded spot, I guess they felt they had to turn off the water to try to conserve too. But yeah, it's a phenomenon that people feel kind of guilty. When they like sunny weather, and well, they like living in California. But when you're in your third year of a pretty full-on drought, nice cat on the menu today. What'd that chick say out there? Jesus. Oh, Lord. Anyway, guys, I was thinking about another weekend of drama on YouTube with hangouts and things like that. And I always think it's so cool in life when you come out of all the things like hangouts and all that. Everybody might not get along with everybody, but you can really meet some cool people and have some really good relationships. I know they're like, Day Drifter says, they're friendly internet acquaintances, FIAs, FIAs, as opposed to real life friends. But I'll tell you, it doesn't mean that you don't start to care about people and form relationships and things. And one of the downsides of YouTube also is that people get torn apart as well as put together. And this weekend was certainly tough in that regard. There's people voicing opinions about GoFundMe's and trying to own the process of what should be done and what the outcome should be. And then you have the trolls like the Greek chorus that are heavily invested in, well, they're heavily invested in fuck up, and it makes them happy. The puppet guy, the worse shit is, the happier they are, which, it's no real way to go through life. It's all worth a few yucks. But what does it say about the human condition and all that when you're just, as I said before on a hangout last week, if you're vested in failure, well, maybe your world is upside down and the glass is always going to be half empty, and it's just a sad way to go through life. And I had a lot of people write me very happy about the things that I've been involved in, and I've had people write me and tell me that they're not involved in the things I've been involved in, and opinions are what makes the world go round. And I accept and I respect people for those opinions, but when you live to be invested in failure, that's a really tough kind of thing to get down with, and that's what I object to on YouTube. And I don't give much credence to people that believe that and are happy to see other people fuck up. I mean, life today is so hard as it is, and none of us wants to end up in this kind of condition here, with not a pot to pee in, and living under trees in the local community, empty vacant lot and stuff. But a lot of us don't know how close we really may be to ending up in a situation like this. And I mean, people will poo-poo that and say, oh, it's so easy to get a job. Well, you might get a job, but it might not be the kind of job that supports the lifestyle you used to have, or you hope to have. And therein lies the rub on the whole deal, is things are changing, and not always in a positive way in the world. I'm convinced it's harder to make $1 today than ever before. So naturally, when I see somebody sort of struggling or trying to make a go of a business, or be a little enterprising and reach out and ask for help, I'm happy to err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt. And I don't judge people at each turn of the wheel as to, well, how do we stand now? Well, it becomes kind of like the guy that falls down the elevator shaft, and the person that he passes on the 10th floor whizzing by asks, well, how is it so far? And he answers, well, so far so good, no problems yet. And then about 3 seconds later, blink, the end. Well, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to judge things while they're in process. I was joking with somebody in a hangout over the weekend, and it's like they say about sausage. You wouldn't want to be around in a factory watching sausage being made, but by and large the end product's pretty tasty, and a lot of people would agree it's worth it. So people want to press people to make snap decisions about things that are in process. And I know Amanda May went to Chicago. There's some people that think that was bad. Well, it depends how it was presented. When I talked about when people talk about, well, Rosie's giving $500 a month. Yeah, because I have somebody like a Tim McKenna that's offering a place to live and an opportunity to maybe learn something, and you're going to come into that shop not really knowing anything at all.
Thank you.
And you know, as a way to give back to somebody like Tim, well, you know, people construe that as, well, you're being forced to go out there. And, the reality is something far different. It's like, well, you couldn't live in the RV in Chicago. Well, of course you couldn't. The thing was to winterize the RV, drain all the lines, and get into a shelter situation where you would be able to be warm in the winter. Nobody expected anybody to live in an RV in Chicago in the winter and survive without some real modifications of putting a skirt on the bottom or putting bales of hay, you know, doing the things to provide insulation. But I was really happy there was a guy like Tim McKenna to stand up and give it a shot. And I was glad that Amanda went down and gave it a shot. So when I found out that it wasn't working out and it probably wasn't likely to work out, I was happy to send the money to get her to a place where it probably had maybe a little better chance of working out. In other words, it was an investment to have two people that I cared about, that I don't want to see them ultimately end up really hurting each other, no matter what happens. So, you know, I'm proud of that, of having done that. And that's just this, you know, it's not spin. It's really, really the reality. So, you know, we can't always judge things in process, and that's the whole point of what my feeling is. I want to wait till the end is here, whether it's a ugly end or whether it's a beautiful end or an end that takes a little longer than anybody ever thought. I'm willing to give it the time before I pass judgment, and I hope other people do, no matter what the GoFundMes are. We live in a push-button society where everybody expects instantaneous results on demand. Well, changing lives and remaking lives is not an on-demand process. I'm sorry. Sometimes along the way, gratitude, yeah, it could be a hell of a lot more. And I've voiced to a lot of people that have had GoFundMes the importance of having the gratitude. Not so much for me. I mean, it's like Jefferson T. Rose said, it's just the giving, the act of giving. Once that money leaves your hands, you hope for the best, but you really don't have any control. But it doesn't mean that you don't hope, and it doesn't mean that you're not free. Anyway, guys, I wish it was a push-button world when it comes to changing human behavior and presenting opportunities. But I'm going to keep on chooching along and doing what I can to help. I like being who I am. I like helping people out, and yeah, sometimes things get ugly and the trolls have a field day with it, but it's sure as hell not going to change me. Have a great Monday afternoon, everybody, and a beautiful rest of the